Hey, welcome to Farm Talk Friday. It is February 9th, 2024. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hey, handsome.
Who's holding up a cloud of cotton.
Cloud of cotton.
Honey, what do you got there? Some feathers?
Well, no, they're not feathers. No, I wouldn't do that. No, I was thinking it would look more like sometimes women put like sticks in their hair, and it just kind of came up like that. And it does look like feathers, but these are actually the frijol de palo bean pods, and they've been dried so much they started to curl. But I wanted to show something amazing that I just showed Ken. Oh, hi, this is live. Ken doesn't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. It might be hard to see.
Yeah, okay. So I was processing these earlier this week, and there's this thing. Oh no, I just ripped it. Okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Okay, see this thing, you guys? It's really sharp.
She's talking about the dark
thing.
The thin, dark line.
Wait. Things are backwards on the camera. Okay. Yeah, that thing is sharp, and it's like a claw. And it made me think, first of all, that I don't want that on my bean. I don't want to eat that. Wait, there we go. Here, feel that.
Yeah.
It's like a cat's claw.
It is sharp and hard.
And it made me think, isn't there something called cat's claw? And I forgot to look it up to see if it was this bean.
Oh.
But that's the story of that. And I was wearing it so Ken would ask me and I could talk about it. Like a unicorn.
Good move, honey.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so we do this every week. Well, we try to anyway. We're here in Costa Rica. We moved from Los Angeles about 8 years ago. Well, almost exactly 8 years ago.
Yeah, almost exactly, in like a week.
And we've got a small permaculture farm. There's our chicken tractor. There's our other chicken tractor there. And we just kind of like to tell you what we're doing, how we're getting on, what we're doing, share some things. It's kind of like our diary, and we want to kind of spread the word of permaculture as much as we can.
Edutainment.
Yeah, we're not experts, but we've taken, the permaculture design courses, and we know,
And we've been working on our land for 8 years. I think we have something to say.
Absolutely right. What I wanted to say was...
what do you want to say?
I didn't finish my spiel.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your spiel?
So, before we moved here, I was in a band called the Crystal Method. And before and after and currently... we moved here. My wife had a nonprofit, a 501c3 called Green Wave. You can check that out at greenwave.eco. All right. So every week, Giovanna makes an advertisement for Farm Talk Friday with our
Marco Collins.
No way! I just read his post.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Well, the headline. It was like, some days I'm feeling it. And some days I'm faking it or something like that. I hope you're feeling it today, Marco.
Happy Friday.
All right. So, tell me about the advertisement.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the advertisement this week, there's so many things that we could talk about, and then I tend to talk too much sometimes.
No.
So anyway, I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about permaculture pinup. And this will be a great way to tie it in, is to use a permaculture pinup image. So the ad this week was, it wasn't the Cabbage Cabaret. It was the sunflower. It was like a sunflower girl. And it's more like burlesque, but permaculture pinup is inspired by burlesque and pinup to bring some fun, playful energy into farming / permaculture imagery, to hopefully kind of cross boundaries and get more people excited about being farmy.
And where
you
can
do urban farms, but
where can you find the full lineup of permaculture pinups?
so it's very exciting. We do have a website, permaculturepinup.org, and this is part of Green Wave. It's so it has a separate website, but it's a Green Wave project. But I just uploaded a ton of permaculture pinup imagery at the Pinterest page. So we have a link tree, and that is from our Instagram. All these freaking platforms these days. But I love our Instagram page. So if you go to @permaculturepinup on Instagram, then you can go to the link in the bio, which is our link tree, and then from there, there's a button that goes to Pinterest, and I think that's probably the easiest way to get there. But our Instagram page is also very beautiful, and I work hard on maintaining that. So it's worth kind of like sending people over there, even though I'm also proud of the website. So anyways, the ad was Permaculture Pinup this week.
Yeah. And we were mentioning our hens moments ago. I had thought that maybe we were in a dry spell for eggs. We didn't get eggs for a few days.
Or like a week or two.
Maybe. But we just got 2 eggs yesterday. I don't know about today.
Yeah.
So
and that was really exciting.
Yeah, our eggs, our hens lay the greatest tasting eggs in the world.
Yeah, Ken's very excited about our eggs.
So,
but I think what was really exciting for me yesterday is that for a long time we've had one of like our old girls. So like in the new one we have the new girls, and then in the big one we have our old girls. And maybe they're the same age, we don't really know, but we just had the old girls before the new girls that we acquired later. And one of the old girls, is a freeloader, or it seems that way.
What do you mean?
Well, just that one of the girls doesn't lay a lot. So
right.
I think Pecan lays consistently, and I wasn't even sure if Crema was laying at all ever. But she's so pretty that you're like, whatever, just eat the food.
So we can only tell really by sort of knowing what shape and color each girl's eggs are, or if it's just by visually seeing that one is laying an egg in her little box nest.
Yeah, in the coop.
And then the other one's outside, and then you have an egg. Then you know for sure which one.
So I frequently see Pecan up in the coop, and I never see Crema up there. And so that's what makes me think that. But anyway, it seemed unless Pecan knocked out 2 yesterday, which is super uncommon, I think. Then both of those girls, produced. It was nice.
Okay, and
I ate them.
So if you
Not the girls.
If you want to get caught up on Farm Talk Fridays and you're not crazy about Facebook, we do have a YouTube playlist. It's Farm Talk Friday. I'm sure you can search it, but I'm going to post it. I'm going to post the link on today's description.
Ken's writing a note to himself now.
Because if I don't write the note, I won't post the link. I do that a lot. So. So we're completely updated, not today's episode, but all the ones previous to that. It's like 100 and something.
Yeah, we're over 100. We had that episode.
Near 120.
A while back. Yeah, so we're almost we have to start thinking about our 150 show.
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
Come up quick. So, other news.
Yeah, do we have show and tell?
Yeah.
We showed the cotton.
Yeah, we showed the cotton. So it's been a lot of harvesting lately, and so cotton is one of the things that we've been harvesting. We use it, I do, for medicinal purposes mostly. I have so much respect for just like the fashion and like people that used to spin cotton. And there's there's still people that do that, right? Like, they can do that. And Ken's gonna get into why we
If
think
you-
that's so amazing.
If you've ever tried to take seeds out of cotton, you will know what a wonderful invention the cotton gin was.
Yeah. it's
And
really-
it is known in history books as one of the most important inventions of all time. But getting these little seeds out are it's like impossible. So that's what the
Yeah.
cotton gin did, is it removed the seeds from the
hard.
cotton.
So, anyways, so what else we have been harvesting is pigeon pea, or we call it down here freehold Apollo, and we have a bucket. This is
Yeah.
filled with pigeon pea.
Yeah.
Jeez, so I have a lot of work to do. And the pigeon.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
bad about not helping.
This
Yeah.
is half the harvest.
Yeah.
Or less than half the harvest. Like we're gonna have maybe 1 or 2 more buckets.
And these are delicious beans, by the way.
Yeah, they are. So, anyway, so I used to. Well, what I had been doing before we had like the full or a big flush, because it's not all done, is I would just be harvesting every day, just taking a bunch, and I would end up with like a handful. Those are the actual peas that we eat. A handful, and then I would go and just put it somewhere. And when I would get time, I would crack it open like Ken was doing individually, and do it like that. So when you start to get a lot of them, you're like, oh wow, I went through like a whole 1 hour podcast or something the last time I had 2 handfuls, and now I have 5 handfuls, and this is before we had the bucket. And so I was like, hey Ken, look, I have a new method. And I was like crunching them, like pre-crunching them to like see if they would the beans would shake out and I would have less work to do. And it kind of works. And it's actually kind of satisfying because it makes a lot of noise. And I used to be one of those people or kids that liked, what's that stuff called? The plastic popping stuff, the packing.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. I used to love bubble wrap. And so I'm like, Ken, it's like bubble wrap. And our cat, Scratch, loves plastic for whatever reason. And he wasn't going for it. He knows the difference between plastic, crunchy sounds and pigeon peas. It's amazing. So anyways, this is pretty satisfying. So when, but the only thing is that like this looks really great, but it's not like we're going to end up with a bucket of beans. So I'm interested to see what like this ends up turning into. Is it like 2 cups of beans? A bag of beans? We will see. So next week, maybe if I get to this, maybe during Super Bowl, I'll do this.
Okay. Well, no, we have friends coming.
But maybe they'll help me.
I don't know if that's what they're
Everyone,
going for.
well, they said some of the friends have said they're coming to hang out with me. So if that's what I'm doing, then maybe they'll.
They may never come back.
That's true. Anyway, okay. So I have other
I see.
random things.
I see what
to say.
one could be about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Pejibahe.
Oh, do you know?
Well, I just know the Pejibahe trees or plants are very dangerous.
Yeah, what Ken's referring to is, so Pejibahe is AKA peach palm, and we love these fruits. Are they fruits?
I think they're fruit.
Like a stone fruit because the seed is in the middle.
It's like a palm sort of fruit.
But they're not sweet at all. They're like super starchy, and we like it because we like veganese, and and it gives us a reason to eat a lot of veganese, is to eat the Pejibahe. So
Yeah, so they look kind of like a peach. They're super, super hard. You have to cook them forever.
time. Yeah.
Cook them forever, and then you kind of smush off the outer skin. And wait, do you?
Well,
Do we?
I don't know. It's been a
Let's
while
find
since we.
Anyway, it's great with.
Do we smush it off? I don't.
We
It's
learned
not like
how
beets.
we learned how to eat it the way Ticos eat it, which is with mayonnaise, and we chose veganese because we really like that flavor and it's good. But you can make all kinds of things. You can make soup and
pie.
Yeah, so we're gonna get creative if we ever have any fruit. If
They were
not-
supposed to start fruiting in 2 years, and it's definitely, we're coming up on that. I think we're over 2 years, but anyways, so I have this what do we call them? Show notes. I have a show note that says "Sword of the Pejibaje." Sometimes I'll write things cryptically for Ken. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. So what it is that these palms, they have they're like sticking up. Like the palm before it comes out and fans out, it's sticking up like a sword. Some of them. It's really interesting. And so the other day.
You're not talking about the thorns, the spikes?
No, I'm not talking about the spikes on the.
So first
peach
of all,
palm.
the peach palm, the pejibaje, had these incredible sharp needles that are like, I don't know.
Long.
They're really long.
They're not date palms, but they're dangerous. Yeah.
And yeah, they're covered in them, yes.
Yeah. We had one of our ex-workers was concerned about the placement of some of our peach palms because, he's like, hey, she walks around pretty much barefoot a lot. And he's talking about me. And he's like, we can't put this here because she's just going to walk all over there and she's going to get stabbed. And so we have an orchard, so it's kind of isolated, and so we can pay attention. Like we know what we're walking into when we're over in that area. But the other day there was probably, I think we have 9 of them, and they're actually just over here. That is one right there. Wait, this way. No.
Well,
There we go. That thing is a pejibaje. And so there was probably like 6 of them, 6 of the 9 that had their little sword of the pejibaje like sticking up in the middle, like ready to fan out over the next couple of days. It was a really cool look. I saw it when I was putting the girls away at night. So that was that.
That was it.
Yeah, and then another random show note is Chaya Popeye. Do you have any guesses on that one?
No. Oh, no.
Well, you looked up how much protein was in chaya the other day,
Oh,
right?
right, that's right.
So our friends, Sherry and Dan, used to have I think it was called the Living Light Raw Cooking School in Northern California. And so, having a school for decades, they know a lot of nutrition people. And so one of Sherry's best friends is this nutritionist who goes around the world and anyway, so she's like a veggie protein person, and so she came and gave a talk to the community, not necessarily Rancho Delicioso, but like it was available to the grander community.
Yeah, she's really an expert as well. She's written several books, and I wish I could think of the names of them, but
I know.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or even her name. But she's amazing, and so I think we said it, like now we're not afraid of eating soy anymore.
Right.
But Ken's been concerned about my protein intake for a long time, and so we monitored like what I had eaten on a particular day. It wasn't like a really great scientific experiment that we ran. It was like, what'd you eat today? But I'm fairly consistent in what I'm eating, and so. So anyway, like we decided that I was actually okay.
When you included the soy milk, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, but we eat a lot of chaya, and Ken looked it up, and so chaya, he's like, whoa, chaya is like bonkers and how much protein it has.
Yeah, so chaya is a leafy green vegetable that we grow. It's a perennial, does great here.
It's from here.
Yeah, way more protein than spinach. Mm-hmm. And it was just great news to find out that it had so much protein.
Yeah, so I was like, Popeye, I know how. And we call it an alternative spinach, even though I don't think it's related to spinach at all.
Right.
It grows, it's big, like the leaves can get as big as my hand are. And it's like a succulent, sort of. It's like it's hollow inside, and so it's actually kind of easy to snap like big pieces off, then you cut it up. And then those actually you can put on the ground. It's a lot more effective in rainy season. And if it's touching soil, that will reroot and grow a new plant. It's really amazing. Go nature.
Go nature. Honey, what else you got?
Okay, well, yeah. So last week I didn't give a shout out to the Yoko Village people, and I just thought that they deserved a good shout out because they had their Yoko Connect, and I went to...
First, let's explain what Yoko Village is. That's a sort of housing and community development where you can, you know, it could be for digital nomads, but it also can be for people who buy and live there. It's near the Santa Teresa area, which is nearby.
Hi, JC.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, so they had an event called Yoko Connect, and I went because Jeremy, who runs Wild Sun, was speaking there. And, you know, I had some ideas walking into the event, and I'd have to say that I think that, you know, they've done a really nice job there, and I'm proud of them. So way to go, guys. And they had some interesting speakers. One of them was talking about like hover houses, which was very interesting. And I haven't even talked to Ken about that yet. I think we'll get too off track if I start talking about hover houses right now. But I was super skeptical, and then the guy got up there and he has a really beautiful story of like where the idea came from, and I really appreciated that talk. And then Jeremy did a great job. And Jeremy Wild Sun is a wildlife rescue center that we have here in the area. You know, so if you're not from here, that's what is happening. And if you are from here, then hopefully you know about it already. And if there's ever injured wildlife, you can give them a call. And they are accepting animals again. Sometimes we get full, but we're okay again. So we do release them when they're ready to, when they have a chance.
And Giovanna is saying we because Green Wave fiscally sponsors Wild Sun Animal Rescue.
Yeah, so I know I keep saying we, but we've been involved for a long time with them, so it just feels really personal, but they are going to be creating kind of like this side project sanctuary hotel, and it's like this high-end concept, but done more in like a conservationist sanctuary way than there's only a handful in the world.
Yeah, we'll give more information on that when it becomes more real.
Yeah, or if you're interested, we have a pitch deck. And then I just wanted to, I was going to do a full Green Wave update. I'll save that until next week. But for a few weeks now, I've had the grasshopper. You keep writing it down for me. And I think you asked me about it last week. And I'm like, oh, it'll take me a while to get through that. But so there's this cartoon that I saw on the Disney Channel when I was growing up. And did you have Disney Channel? Is that a thing for you?
No,
I don't know.
It didn't exist when I was growing up.
So anyway, it's this story about, so right now it's in, you know, at least the northern hemisphere, it's winter. And here it's like perpetual summer. But, you know, you always have to start thinking about like seasons. I mean, some people are heading into their, you know, it's like fall, and they're going to be heading into winter. And so it was this, I don't know, juxtaposition between ants and this one grasshopper. And the grasshopper is this like happy-go-lucky, you know, hippity-hoppity, just having so much fun, like the never-ending summer for the grasshopper. And he's making fun of the ants for working so hard. And like, you guys are party poopers, you know. And, you know, they just like kept on in their work. They, you know, didn't say anything to the grasshopper. And so come winter, we see that, you know, the ants have gone underground and they are, you know, like prepared. And the grasshopper is out freezing And he, you know, because it's a cartoon, he has like a winter coat on or something. And he's cold and he's got, you know, icicles coming down his chin and he's like ready to give up. And I'm not sure if they caught him before that or if they found him and he was already an ice cube, but somehow the ants like found him. They dragged him into their lair and lo and behold, they are the greatest party people ever. And they're like celebrating and they're, you know, drinking whatever ants drink and eating all of the stuff that they had stored. And the grasshopper understands that, you know, they were just adulting the whole time. You know, so I think it's a good lesson for the world, this cartoon. You can have a balance of both. You can be fun. I don't know. I'm not going for it. I think it's a great message to be sent, especially to maybe some of our friends. But there we go. So if you can look this cartoon up, I think it's a worthy watch even now. And you know, I don't know if anyone's seen Fraggle Rock, but but they were kind of, it was like that level of fun they were having down in the ant kingdom.
All right.
Yeah. And if anybody is watching it and you know Fraggle Rock, please right now be singing their tune.
Listen, if they were our ants and they took the grasshopper underground, they would have just eaten him.
Yeah, maybe we didn't see that part. But anyways, well, that's all we have. I mean, actually, I have so much more, but I'll just wait till next week.
That's it. We'll see you next
Farm
week.
Talk Friday. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.